And then I kicked him in the face.
Yeah.
Oh, did you know? Ow!
So then I kicked him in the nuts. So that was.
Oh wait, this isn't D&D.
Yeah, this is D&D. Wait a second, what the fuck?
Alex said, and then I kicked him, and then Anara said, "Ow."
All right.
I kicked something else. Yeah.
Alrighty then. So, hello everyone, and welcome to the Snodacast. I'm your host, BlackShat56. I'm of course joined by somebody that isn't actually dead for once, Allie, aka Hungry Hufflepuff.
You can't prove that.
This is actually kind of true.
It's okay, Allie.
She's
We're
not
all
wrong.
dead on the inside.
And of course, I'm also joined by my second in command, Lewis, aka Diamond Assassin,
not.
who
He's
is
not
not
here.
here. He's not here right now, I know, and it's sad. We also have DJ Lionheart, aka Leon.
Hey, guys.
And speaking of somebody that is not dead, Anara is here.
Not dead. For
I
one.
better not be.
And of course, the one, the only Gallows, aka Thomas, is here as well.
I can only afford the trip to hell, which I know we're all going every now and again. So
This is
Hey, at least we can vacation there for fun, so it doesn't really matter.
yeah.
Hey,
that is true.
hey, we all know we all have VIP passes. Okay, we all know
listen.
it.
Well, no.
he's
Fuck that.
starting
I
to
got a
get-
first class bus ticket, bitch. I get a fucking best seats in the house to go down there.
Listen, he's starting to catch on to my shortcut. It's not going to take much longer before he closes it off, and I have to find a new way there and back.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh,
All right.
I
It's
I
been a
told
while
you to
since
stop
we've had
busting
something
through
like
the
this.
door.
It's been a while since
I
we've had
don't
something
like
like
that.
this. And of course, we can't have a normal episode of the podcast without going into weekly updates. This is where we ask everybody how their week was. So we're going to go in the regular order as soon as Lewis shows up. But first off, we're going to start with Allie, because you are back from the dead. Where, what all went on in the land of the dead? Pull us in.
Well,
Wait, did you just
everybody's
ask her to kill us?
There he is. Anyways.
I mean, I can. I just don't like to anymore. It's a mess. The paperwork is a pain in my ass. But no,
That's fair.
That is fair.
That's Allie. That's what interns are for.
you can't get an intern for this job. Nobody wants it.
I'll do it.
I'll send you an application. Anyway, as far as this week goes, it's just been I've moved into a new place today. Well, this week, and I've been working. I work for Amazon, and I actually enjoy it.
Hey, where's my package, bitch?
The rumors are, in fact, not true. I treat like a fucking human. No, like the amount of times I've actually been asked what my pronouns are has made me feel great. So
That's good.
Hey.
Hey, at least they're respectful. That's
right.
That's
always a
amazing.
plus.
That's so hard to see nowadays.
Like, it is amazing the difference that makes. So
I've
yeah,
got the Bezos song stuck in my head now.
I regret nothing.
Bezos. Come on, Jeffrey, you can do it. Back in with the work into it. Yeah.
Did you know when he first started this company, it was out of his garage, and he actually went to a hardware store, bought a couple doors, and made them into tables to use as desks?
Huh, interesting.
Yeah,
Hey. would think tables were
you got to improvise, man.
They still have some door tables in the factory. So
Huh.
Yeah. That's
Hey,
pretty
wild.
that's cool. That's a reminder of where you started.
so there's your Amazon trivia of the lifetime.
cool. Sounds like fun. All right. Well, I'm glad that you're enjoying your new job. Anything else interesting happened since last time we've talked to you? Aside from wanting to kill everybody, but that's different.
That's
Is
just
it?
constant.
Yeah,
That's a
how's that
concept.
different?
I know.
Fuck humans.
Plans to take over the world are progressing nicely.
Well, that's
Try
good.
to take over the
Good.
world, PT.
Working in the shadows, so I can't spread any more details on that.
For Pinky and the Brain. Copyrighted
Did you,
songs.
did you figure out that whole dark matter problem?
Still working on it, okay? I'm still working
Hey,
on it.
hey.
You call it a
I still
problem.
want
I
my
call it a
flamethrower.
solution.
Hey. I still want my flamethrower, bitch. Where's my flamethrower? Huh? I was promised a flamethrower and a claymore. Where the
Look.
fuck are those things?
We
Currently
can't
in
do
Indiana.
that budget, okay? There's not enough in the budget.
Yeah, you can come get them.
They
If
were
you
got
want-
lost.
if you really want-
They got lost in the Amazon organization file.
No, sure, lost. That's what I'm calling it. You
This
say
is why-
lost, I say
Christian, and this is why I did not want to do this sober. So go
It's
off with a bang.
lucky
I
bitch
think
you have
it's time we
alcohol.
moved on. I have
Look.
nothing but sarcasm at this point.
All right. Well, Lewis, speaking of not being sober, how was your week, buddy?
Not sober.
Not sober for one. No kidding. No, it's been good. It's been hard getting adjusted to the fucking cult that is fucking my workplace, because changing tires is it's something else. I will say this is better than all the other jobs, so I am enjoying my time there. A funny story. A poor lady came to our place like 2 days ago, and she was like, "Hey, so I'm having trouble with my engine," and I told her, "Ma'am, we only do tires." So she's like,
Tires
"Do you
and
know
rims,
where
isn't
the?"
it?
She's like, "Do you know where the nearest mechanic is?" I'm like, "Ma'am, I just work here. I have to drive all the way a little bit far from my place, so I don't know this area that well." So she's like,
Admittedly, it's better than what my response would have been. Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. That is definitely pretty good.
This job has just let me be as sarcastic as I ever cared to be.
Yeah.
But other than that, no, I've been good. Also, the reason why I wasn't on a few episodes, also Compalooza happened, so that was fun.
that was last week. That's only one excuse. Where's your others?
Yeah, work. Listen, work. Like straight up work. Okay, I was passing out
Mm.
because of schedules. So
Mhm. Sure.
says the one who's worked at where I worked at, not disclosing so I don't get sued by the
Discount
ads.
Tire? Yes, I've worked at Discount Tire. Hi, everybody who's watching, who may or may not be. Lewis works at Discount Tire in Houston.
Fuck you.
Yo.
I'm gonna dox your ass, bitch.
Fuck you.
Anyway,
Guys, keep that. It's okay to flirt, but keep that kind of affection off the
Fuck
stream. We're
you,
trying to-
Allie. Fuck you.
PDA. PDA.
Oh my god.
I'm here and I'm queer, okay? Fuck.
No, that's
yeah,
Allie's
she
job.
finally admits it.
No, you know.
I mean, Allie is recruiting me, so I mean, I can't help it. So
Oh, Allie's recruiting you. Is that so?
Oh,
That
explains
explains
why.
the effeminate hair. Thank you for pointing that out.
You know, I can't just recruit for death, okay?
yeah, she has a tight schedule, okay? Very, very tight schedule.
There's side
Yeah, I'm
gigs
sure that's
we
not the
gotta
only
do,
thing that's
so-
tight, but that's a different story.
PDA.
All right.
Anyways.
So,
If people
Leon.
can't tell, we haven't hung out for a while.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So, Leon, I gotta ask, how was your week, buddy?
Better than usual. I had an interview on Wednesday,
Hey,
All right.
so I haven't heard anything yet. So hopefully by Tuesday, I might know something.
fingers crossed.
That's good. Yeah. Hopefully by Tuesday.
Yep.
Yeah. When I went into the interview, talked about like stuff that I've done in the past, and when I did a impromptu over the phone interview at first, then they set up for an in-person. I mentioned running a gaming club at my local community college, and when I got into the interview and that was mentioned, that actually they told me that that it piqued their interest that I knew how to run that.
That's good.
because they're wanting to get it's for Boys and Girls Club of America. So our
Yeah.
section wants to get into the EA Sports Club type thing for all the gaming and stuff like that. So
D&D saves lives. You heard it here, folks.
That you did.
yeah,
You heard it
basically,
here, and you heard
if I
it
get
I
this
mean,
You're
you're
job,
not
I-
wrong.
if I do get this job, it's because of D&D. No fucking joke.
As long as you're not a DM.
That's exactly the point. Yeah. Alrighty then. So, Anara, don't make me regret this. How was your week?
Come on, you can't.
Why would
be
you
like
regret
that.
it?
Wow.
Wow.
Chaos Incarnate just asked me why I would regret it. Sure. Didn't just answer my own fucking question by opening your mouth.
And more and more of her character comes out. Great. Great.
So when's the last time I was here?
Fuck if I know.
a while.
Like,
It's been
Probably like a
Wow.
few episodes ago.
4 or 5 months
I
ago.
mean, we know why if that's the treatment you get.
Since when I was in
had-
Guantanamo. That's how long.
Oh shit.
That's the way I get out of prison, Lewis.
Yes. Yes, that's something that you have yet to explain to us, Lewis. How did you break out of prison? But after Anara explains how her week went. So
So I'm in Georgia right now.
of course.
Oh, shit.
I got this from an arcade.
Squishy.
Squishy. What else? I rode a jet ski for the
Squishy.
first time.
Ooh.
That was fun.
Anara,
Stop!
you missed it. I'll explain it later.
Probably
Across
not.
the room. What else? What else? Oh, so don't speak, sir.
Damn! Damn! Okay.
Put him in line. Show him who's boss.
Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I had another ballroom dancing competition
Good.
in Atlantic
Hey.
City. I lost some money playing Hold'em.
Hey, that's the best way to lose money.
Yes.
That is the best.
Yes, I was actually quite proud of how I lost the money, so it was fine. Unfortunately, my dance instructor did better than me, and so that was annoying.
Surprise,
fine.
surprise. Shocker of the century.
Okay, no, hold on. Wait a minute. No.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
I said, hold the fuck on.
Never mind. No, not worth the story. I was the only person in my category again, so
Tell me
technically
later.
I won.
You can tell me later.
So that was fun.
Tell me more. Tell me more. Did you look at it? No, I'm kidding.
One of the other paralegals at my job quit, so I now have 2 jobs.
Oh, fun.
Oh,
I've taken on all of her work.
Yeah,
So-
that's
Now, the
That's a
question
lot.
is, are you getting paid what you? No, are you getting paid for the extra job?
She asked for
Not
a
what-
raise.
Yeah, not what she was getting paid, but I got more than a 10% raise. So
Oh, shit.
Success.
You?
Worth it.
that's nice. Then yeah, that's kind of it. I've got a showcase this weekend where I'm dancing with my instructor. I just put an application for a part-time job today.
Hey, oh my god, you're gonna be
Oh,
so
yeah.
like
What
fucking
you working?
all over the place. You're gonna be
Okay.
cutting it close.
All right,
All right, so this is a farewell episode to Anara because we're not gonna
just salute to the chat, boys. Salute to the chat.
just fucking F for respects in the chat. Come on.
Hold on.
No, it's even worse than you think it is because I didn't realize this because I haven't been paying attention. But I was talking to my mom earlier and I told her that I literally just applied for this job yesterday. And she was like, so how many is that now? 6? And I went, I don't have 6 jobs. And she went, hold on, let's count them, shall we?
Oh shit.
You have your 1 paralegal job. You have now all of the other girls' work. So I'm going to count that as 2 jobs. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then she was like, you do conventions on a regular basis, one of which I'm doing later this month for Lucifer. No, not Lucifer, Vampire Diaries. So that's 3. You go to dance competitions to sell dresses, so that's 4. You occasionally do theater, that's 5, and you just applied for another one. That's 6.
Yeah.
Anara.
What was that? What's that?
Anara.
That dude works everywhere in town.
You're in this string that's called life. You're just itching away, you know.
Hun, I have one very important question. When the
What?
fuck do you find time to sleep?
Exactly.
I don't. That's the key. I get home at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Anemiatic.
Sometimes. Although you know what's funny? I do manage to find time to go out to clubs with my friends somehow in there, and then I wake up.
You can make
and I-
time for that, but not
Yeah,
sleep.
and so-
Hey, you have nothing but time when you don't sleep.
And so I get home at like 3 a.m. and then I wake up at 7 and I go to work. It's great.
Okay, just
Party
let me know when you
people!
start hearing the
Oh
voices.
shit!
Yeah.
I haven't yet. Well, that's a lie. Not consistently, so I think I'm good.
Shut up! Okay, sorry. That was my voices.
Yeah.
That's not what
Christian
Christian
was just blending in, bleeding out. Fucking Galadriel and fucking Christian bleeding in and out.
Oh, shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Don't be bringing up D&D. Anyways,
But yeah, that's it.
hey! I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell at you.
You're not allowed to break the fourth wall, you motherfucker.
Yeah. Anyways, so Gallows, how's your week, buddy?
If you can't see, my week is still going
That is
at
fair.
work, so that's my week. Well,
Getting
besides
that
what
money.
happened the other night, with somebody, but I don't want to get into that.
Yeah, we're not gonna get into that. That seemed pretty heated and personal.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
yep.
Do I need to
We
come
can
back
talk
down
about
there
it
and
later.
fix
The
the
only thing
mess?
else, have a personal life shown out here, but Tommy.
Do we all need to take a trip down there to San Antonio and, tie up some
Oh,
weird
that's
Further?
easy for you to say, Lewis. That's like a hop and a skip for your ass.
Yep.
Seriously, that is
That's
a 2-day journey for me at best.
That's like a whole day trip for me. I don't have to
Not
gas.
even.
You get to pay for my gas money?
There's at least 2 days.
Hold on, no,
for me.
not
no,
even
it's
from-
3. 2.5.
It is free.
Anyways,
Fucking
so
from Fort Worth to San Antonio was like a half a day trip, not even a whole day, half a day. What, 4 hours? Or
give or
shit?
take.
Shit, ain't much.
Like we would have to do it on like a Wednesday.
So Christian's a little bitch for road trips, I guess.
pretty much.
Actually, no.
I think
I'm
that's what I
saying
learned.
compared to my trip for Lewis, Lewis is like an hour. I'm like
Not
4.
even. He's two.
Nara, you have no room to talk. First off, I made that fucking trip for you.
She went
first
to
off,
come and
fucking.
see me,
Yes,
bitch.
you
When are
did.
you coming to see
Yes.
me?
Bitch, yeah, I fucking wanted to go and see you, but you were busy. And on top of that, you were out of the fucking country in Guantanamo, being in prison. So we're gonna
Yeah,
have to get to that.
but who came out with more money in their bags?
Yeah, you know what? Fuck you.
Oh, so that's how you got out.
Yeah, he robbed the bank apparently.
Fucking robbed the fucking prison somehow.
Yeah,
Now, see, they're
looked
talking
through all
about
the
this.
couch
I'm
cushions.
just gonna stay quiet for this part.
yeah. All right. Well,
We're
anyways,
just trying to get him arrested again.
yes. So, if you would like to know his address, please contact me at
I will
email is going to
fucking
flash here.
murder you and the whole entire party.
Ooh,
Hey,
we
I
didn't,
did
we didn't just
nothing.
threaten death in real life.
I
We
don't know
threatened
how
death
I
in
feel about
D&D.
being punished for doxing you.
I'm not cool with that.
Yeah.
Blame this motherfucker right there. Artifice
Wait.
piece of
Can
shit.
I be his cause of death?
No.
Yes.
Please.
Thank you.
Hmm.
I'm good with it.
Anyways,
I mean,
May she
I've
reign.
already put a not.
May
I've
she
already
fucking
put a
reign.
sword to his throat. So
Anyways, on on another side note, just wanted to get this out there. I did look into this year of Comapalooza. I know side tangents, but get it out of my system. We do have a potential if Christian gets his fucking shit together and comes over here, a live podcast, Snodacast podcast, hopefully soon. I
bitch, you
have
said you were
details.
coming up here. First off, second off, fuck
Dude,
you.
how are you gonna do that to me while I'm all the way up here?
It's okay,
Hey,
Ali.
you're the one that moved it there.
It's okay, Ali. I got you. I got you. I'll pay for your flights. Don't worry about it.
Do you know
Wait, so
how hard it
is he
is
all playing
to get a day
for or
off?
shit or what?
Maybe we'll see.
Anyways, so my week, still jobless, unfortunately, but I did have a couple interviews.
How's that time going,
Shut
bro?
You're not kicking enough.
Alright.
You're not kicking enough doors down. That's what's going on there.
As his bearded dragon goes, "Long live the king."
He fucking jumped off. Second off, Aldwin was just wanting to go back into his tank. So I actually did set up a bioactive setup for his tank, which, for those of you that don't know, it's basically supposed to be a whole ecosystem. I'm just missing some isotopes, and hopefully I need to get a couple more plants, but then hopefully they'll stay alive. Because I already have a mint plant dying and an oregano plant dying. So fun.
Show us.
Unfortunate.
Show?
Show us.
Yeah.
Yes, please do.
You
We
have
just
to.
talk about it when it's literally sitting right there.
Tradition. Donuts.
It's cute. Donuts?
Tradition.
I'm guessing you
Tradition.
don't have a ring,
Donuts. The Book of Mask Wrestling. No, I'm kidding.
Drunk-
Yeah, there's actually
Drunk Diamond
earthworms
is
in there
fun,
too.
I think.
There's actually earthworms
Diamond
on that
seems
side. They're night crawlers, so I got those to kind of help enrich the soil.
Basically, like a just regular fish tank that basically ecosystem, like it feeds itself.
Yes, so
And
if I get some isotopes, I will actually have a cleanup crew. So anytime he goes to the bathroom or some of his food expires, or not food, but some of his veggies start to rot, they'll actually eat it, and then they'll take that nutrients to the plants, and then the plants will eat it, and then hopefully kind of keep.
I think
the
they're
whole
like springtail mites. I think that's-
springtails are another good one, but isopods and springtails are actually one of the better ones. So yee. As we get
You go all
a
out for an
abrasive
animal?
boob shot from Anara,
Flash.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining.
okay.
I can't see
Anyways,
shit, so I'm not
Sorry, I had
so
to plug my
still
phone.
jobless, but I did have a couple of interviews, so that's good. I actually think I'll probably have a job either by this week or the week after. And it'll actually pay pretty good, and I should still have time for Snodacast and everything else like that. There might be a few times where I run late. It just depends. But
Because you're drunk.
no, because I'm working. That's why.
Same
It's
shit.
Yeah.
working.
Anyways, if I would be working, if I get this one job, I think I'm gonna get. There might be a couple Saturdays that I may or may not show up late,
Mhm.
or all that fun stuff. Now, speaking of which, he brought up Comic Palooza. I have Dallas Fan Expo next weekend, so I will be there all 3 days. For those of my very few viewers that watch, if you would like to meet me, I should be there all 3 days. Should be pretty easy to spot the first day. Second and third day, maybe not. It just depends.
Will you have your card?
I will have my cards with me. Yes. So
Well,
I'll
Hopefully, we
definitely
can
be
get
handing
some
that
some stragglers and stuff. Some new
Yeah,
people and
exactly.
stuff.
But yeah,
I was gonna
So
say,
I'm
next
gonna have fun
month
with that.
is,
I'm probably not here.
Superhero Card Con, the superhero comic and card con here in San Antonio. So I might
Yeah.
be going.
Oh, okay.
If so, I
Hey,
might
if you
end
go,
up
that might be
promoting,
fun.
promoting
Snodacast.
Snodacast.
Do I need to send you a script so you don't stumble on words for 5 minutes?
Yes.
Okay, I will
Yes.
send you a script.
All right.
Anyways, so introductions out of the way that took 25 fucking minutes.
It's a
23, you
special
can't count.
episode today to have all of us in one fucking room.
This is
That
true.
That is true.
That is very true. It's
When
been a
was the
long
last
time
time
since
it
we've
was
done
all-
this.
It's
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go into our first little bit. For now, showing this week, we have Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. This follows Miles Morales as he is actually finally being introduced to the Spider-Verse, and we don't know what exactly is going on from there. I'm gonna keep it spoiler free, but I do have plans to go see this tomorrow.
Same here.
Yeah, so luckily we're not going together because I don't know how that's going to work out. But we are going the same day, so that is fun. I will definitely next week have my thoughts for it as well.
Christian,
Yes.
it's called a date. You can admit.
Hold on. Actually, funny enough, I am going on a date with this movie, but it's not with Lewis.
For once. No, I'm kidding.
Next Tuesday I get paid, so I might think about going
So
that day.
I'm his side piece apparently.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So you're cheating on Lewis?
No.
No, we have a
He's the
mutual
booty call. That's all he is.
we have a mutual contract.
Yeah. He like I said, he's
Yeah,
just a booty
he
call.
got sucked down. the psychic.
I'm a standby in case his plus
killed a
one
spider.
fucking cancels.
Fair enough. Anyways, so yes, girlfriend and I are still going steady. We actually have plans to go see it tomorrow.
New girlfriend.
That's
80?
cute.
Remember,
Steady.
new girlfriend.
What's up?
What are you, 80? You just said
80,
going steady.
We're going steady.
Well, yeah, we've been dating for like a past couple months.
You're
give or
just
take.
dating.
Don't-
Just
don't
say
try
it
to
like that.
explain
Don't
it.
say go 8 and we're going steady. The fuck?
Going steady, it means nothing's bad's happened, nothing
Just say that you're
extraordinary
dating.
next
That's the
step
same
is happening
fucking
yet.
thing.
Just let it go.
Concept.
So I'm gonna ask you guys to look in a mirror and say what you just told me.
too.
Anyways. Hey Avery.
As Avery. We're going
All right.
steady too.
Anyways, so back onto Spider-Verse. I actually am excited about this. I hate that it took 5 years for this to happen.
I don't.
But I've been hearing nothing but
I
good
don't.
things. No, I'm saying like I hate that it took 5 years because
Why?
I would have liked it sooner.
Would-
No, I mean, there's no
would you
point
have
to it.
liked
It made the movie better.
All
It took 5 years. That's how they did with Avatar too.
Wait.
Avatar
It's
took
been 5 years?
13.
Admittedly, that particular animation style takes a while.
It does.
Yes,
Yeah. That's
you
what
know,
I was
they have
Really fucking
thousands of people working on that too.
That's
right?
what I was gonna point out. I was like, would you have wanted it to be rushed, or would you have
No.
wanted it to be
I would have
refined,
liked.
you know?
I would have liked it to have come out a little earlier, like maybe because it has been 5 years. I mean,
It's
usually
been
most
5
animated.
years?
It has
Right,
been
but
5 years since
but
this movie.
Ali's
Yeah,
point is
five
more
fucking years.
valid because of the fact of what time and just the amount of different techniques.
Well,
Yeah.
and I get that,
Yeah,
and I
I
understand.
agree to that.
Like I understand that, you know, it would make sense if they were doing the first one and they said, hey, it took us 5 years to do this. Perfectly fine. Now, granted, this one is longer, and I'm pretty sure they probably are still working on part 2, so that's fine. I'm okay with that.
Point number 2.
hmm
Even though we knew that they were making a sequel after the first one,
Yeah.
we don't know for sure they had a story in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is fair. And if this if you're telling me that the story took 2 years to write because it is 2 parts, then that's fine. I'm cool. I'm not saying I don't understand why it would have taken 5 years. I'm just saying, in a perfect world, I would have liked it to come out sooner because it has been 5 years.
It's just the same old trope. That's all it
I-
is. Multiverse.
You don't rush
I-
a
It's the
masterpiece.
same trope.
It's not actually. I've
Personally-
been hearing it's a lot better like than what Marvel's been doing with multiverses. So
Personally, I think that if it had taken less time than now,
Mhm.
people would have cared less about it.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because
But
we're
on your,
kind of
on your point, Christian,
we're kind of in the world of like you wait a year and then suddenly there's a sequel and it's too much.
Yeah.
Avatar.
On your point, Christian,
took 13 years and it didn't feel like it. It felt like it was written in 5 days and then shot in maybe 30. Let's be perfectly honest. Avatar 2 did not have a great script.
I mean, does any of the avatars do though?
Allie.
2 movies. Do any of
I
them
never
have a script?
Okay, Allie, your points.
But on your point, the Spider-Verse has always been more developed because it does expand more than the rest of the Marvel universe. Like
True.
it in and of itself, like they spent issues and issues and issues touching on each and every part of the Spider-Verse. We never got that for anything else in Marvel.
MCU, yes.
MCU is
Well,
a cinematic universe. We're just talking
The
about Marvel.
comics.
Comics.
But yeah, the comics,
Like- They actually have a comic series called the Spider-Verse.
which is awesome.
Yes.
And so it makes sense that that across the Spider-Verse and Into the Spider-Verse would develop the multiverse better than any of the other movies.
Yes, but you could still butcher that in a movie, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and the
But-
fact
you
that
could
they
butcher
are
anything.
doing better than Marvel right now in the realms of explaining the multiverse and showing the multiverse. Like, okay, literally you called your Doctor Strange sequel The Multiverse of Madness. You got maybe 20 seconds of like 15 multiverses.
I
And
feel
then
like
you just stay in like 2.
I feel like it should have been a series instead of a movie. That's my personal opinion, because then they would have been able to expand a little bit more. Not to say that, like, you know where I stand with series is it shouldn't be too long, but it also shouldn't be too short.
With
You know,
with Multiverse of Madness, no, not a TV show. Like it worked as a movie.
It did.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
Change the name.
Yeah, that's all we asked. Just change the name. You
I
could have literally
think-
called it
I
Doctor
think it
Strange 2 and I
also-
would have been fine.
Yeah,
I think it also could be a difference between live action and animation. You can go deeper with animation than you can a live action.
That is true.
that is a big
That
point.
is- that is
I would
very
agree
true.
with that.
Talking
Yeah.
about different universes, it's a lot easier to handle it in an animated setting than a live action setting.
I won't disagree with you on that. I definitely won't disagree with you on that. But I mean, it's still just a matter of like, arguably, it would still be like, and I'm with Allie. Just change the name of Doctor Strange to, and you would have been fine. You literally could have called it Doctor Strange 2, or you could have called it. I'm trying to think. You could have called it freaking. Honestly, it should have just been called WandaVision. Should have been called WandaVision the
Jesus
sequel.
Christ!
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's be perfectly honest. It could have been called WandaVision the
Doctor
sequel,
Strange
and
and
it
Wanda.
would have been fine.
No, you could have called it Scarlet Witch and been fine.
Yeah, exactly. You could have called it Scarlet Witch, and it would have been made. It would have made sense.
Well, actually, not so much when you consider the fact that the main protagonist was Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
Fair. So you could have called it Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange versus Scarlet Witch.
Yeah,
That would have been fine.
that would have been perfect.
I would have been okay with that. I would have been
But
perfectly okay with that.
On the note of animation being able to express more,
Mhm.
we are seeing that gap get narrower and narrower.
Exactly. Yeah.
With how computer graphics.
Let's be
are
perfectly honest.
developing.
The best multiverse movie out there in live action is Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I still need to fucking see
Yes.
that.
You have
That
no
is-
excuse,
that's a
bitch. You have my
really
Voodoo
great
account, and
movie.
it's on there.
What's it on?
It's on
Voodoo.
Voodoo. I have it on
Voodoo?
my Voodoo account.
Voodoo?
I don't have your voodoo.
You will get my Voodoo. Don't worry about it. Anyway,
back to the Spider-Verse. I will
so
say,
yeah.
I will say this: a lot of people who went to go see it, like early access, like the screening premiere, have said, throw away all your expectations and just go in blind, because it's not the fact of like you should have an expectation. It's better because of the fact of how well it is what I've been hearing. Is like you just take away all your expectations, because there's so many, because like Ali said, we're getting into the whole thick of like all the comics of the Spider-Verse. There are so many twists and turns and everything that can go where you think it might go this way and it just gonna turn one way into another. It just goes like into like this like knot of like going into others. So yeah, chaos.
I heard
Basically the
similar-
envelopment of chaos.
I heard a lot of similar stuff when Honor Among Thieves came out too.
Oh,
Oh,
That was
I heard
really
a-
good. We
I heard a lot
of
of
the same stuff.
thing. Yeah, I heard similar like for the expectations. I heard a few similar inquiries about it.
what are you talking about? The movie
It was
was
great.
literally
Great.
like a D&D campaign.
was.
Exactly.
It was great.
Too.
it
Like,
was
that
great. I was fucking giddy the
it
whole
was
entire
okay.
time, just like plotting and
I was
scheming.
sitting there
It was
identifying
okay.
the
It
spells
was,
that
I
were
mean,
being
it was okay to me. I mean, I did.
I loved
I
it.
did.
I don't care what
I,
anybody says.
I
fucking
definitely
loved
And,
it.
felt like I
okay,
was
so
watching
side
something.
note before we go into our next one, you brought up Dungeons and Dragons. Unfortunately, for all my Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves fans, myself included, I was very disappointed when I found this out. It lost money.
Really?
It was bound.
Yeah, and that means we're
Yeah.
probably not going to get a sequel.
No.
Oh,
But-
no, you're not.
But
That
at least we got a good D&D movie.
Exactly. I'm very
Yeah.
happy that we got a
Yeah,
D&D
okay.
movie, but it was just a
As
lot of
everything
people
else.
didn't show up, partly because Wizards of the West Coast fucked up in trying to copyright Dungeons and Dragons as much as they
There
did.
was that,
And
there
that's
was
what
the
a lot of
Pinkerton
people just said, no, we're not
situation.
seeing this movie.
Yeah.
Did you
I-
just call them Wizards of the West Coast?
Did I say Wizards of the West
You
Coast?
know
Yes,
what?
you did.
You know, Christian, thanks for saying that. You've given me my Snowdaquick.
Okay, that's assuming we get into Snowdaquick, because I don't think anybody else has Snowdaquick, but sure. There we go.
I know.
I mean,
I
I
don't.
know.
All right. So going from spiders to, I assume there's an Aztec Spider-Man somewhere.
Jesus
I
Christ.
We
hope
have
so.
a new Aztec RPG game
5
that is coming
seconds,
out.
I will give you something.
I believe it is called Akune. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it off the top of my head, but this is a new RPG game that is going to be coming out. It's good to see, like these kind of. It is very interesting that you are going to be able to do blood sacrifices and all this other stuff to kind of get power ups and everything else like that. I find that very interesting.
Can't wait for our culture to fucking cancel that shit fucking quicker than a fucking.
But you're playing the Aztec.
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. People are assholes like that.
This is
and
true.
Look, all that matters if the Latino community likes it, and too goddamn bad for everybody else.
Pretty much.
Oh,
Well, okay. Hey, tell that to what happened to Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah.
That's a side
I
topic.
don't want to do that bullshit because we gave me a glass as we voiced and it said it didn't really matter. So what?
Yeah.
It
was just white people that were complaining about that. Not these white people that are in here, obviously. But
Of course not.
I've got your segue for you. The Aztec spider goddess.
there we go.
Teotihuacan. I am butchering that horribly. I apologize, but those names. But yeah.
Yeah. But I am interested in this game. It seems fairly interesting. It does kind of seem like maybe an Assassin's Creed kind of clone because it is over the shoulder. It is kind of an RPG kind of thing. So I'm interested to see where they go with this. As long as it's not made by Bethesda, I don't give two fucks. We're in good hands at that point. So if it's not made by Bethesda or EA, we're in good fucking hands. Or Ubisoft.
Oh yeah, especially
Fuck Ubisoft. Anyways.
What?
But that being said, I just wanted to bring this up. You guys think this game will work? Not from like a will it get canceled kind of standpoint. I'm talking about like from a game standpoint. I think it's very interesting because I don't think I've seen that many Aztec games.
I think it's going to be a new fun historical game. I guess. I mean, we have a lot of those, but I think in the matters of like an Aztec kind of a game, yeah.
I think it'll be very hard, especially because of the people who were, whether they're predecessors or whether they know someone who was part of that culture of Aztec. It will be very, very hard to get something right, and it's one of those things that like I feel at the same time it's like it's one of those like middle grounds of like even if they try to make it well, it could still come across as it wasn't good enough in the sense of like, don't get me wrong, it's not that I'm trying to like destroy or shit the game.
Lewis hates the game because it's Aztecs. Everybody get after his ass.
No, but like for me and from my standpoint of like, because I love history and stuff, I feel like a lot of people would get an offense of like if it wasn't very accurate. Like it doesn't have to be 100% accurate, but I mean as long as it like follows. I mean, but as long as it follows like a good guideline of principles, I think it'll be fine. I think a lot of people will get into it, and I think a lot of people will, if they have a good story and they have a good baseline on where they want the game to go, I think it'll like. I can see like Twitch streamers and YouTubers fucking playing this game if it gets popular.
Yeah. All right, Ali, your point.
I feel like anytime you go into ancient history where it is so much harder to know things about the culture for a fact, everybody starts to get very upset about it.
Yeah.
Which makes sense to an extent, but also it's fiction.
Yeah.
But on your note, Lewis, on the other hand, that those historical inaccuracies can lead people to actually looking into what actually happened.
True.
That's true.
Just as a personal example, the X-Men Origins Wolverine movie, the outcry against their treatment of Deadpool, rightly earned, by the way.
Yeah, they fucking shit the bed on that one.
that actually led me into reading more of Deadpool comics and getting more familiar with the characters. So it can go either way.
A lot of similar effect happened when Assassin's Creed first came out too, and that's a really big one. And I think this game could go a semi-similar route, and also do a lot of the mythologies of Aztec mythology.
The Aztec
Like,
warriors.
as long as they are.
The Easter egg is
Trying
Kratos
to-
shows up at the end.
Hey.
I can't speak for 5 minutes without being interrupted, apparently.
Wait, was somebody talking?
Wow.
Mm.
Bye, folks.
So
Allie,
my
continue
food just
your
got
point.
here.
Go eat, damn it.
Bye.
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 No,
And
but
RSA,
as long
everybody.
as they're at least they're at least trying to show respect towards the culture and the history, I think they'll do fairly well.
Yeah.
That is fair.
Because
just hoping-
the viewers are gonna see it.
Yeah, the game definitely sounds interesting, and like, I don't know, it definitely seems interesting. I can't wait to see what else they come about it, and as time goes on, hopefully they give us some kind of storyline that they're. That
I
they'll have.
hope they don't rush it. That's my
Watch,
worry.
it's just going to
on
be
that.
Apocalypse Now. The game.
That's my worry about like a bunch of games in general nowadays is that I feel like people like put pressure on developers or whatever company
Mhm.
is making a new title. I feel like I feel like games are just being too rushed in, and that's like not, you can see the both sides, but honestly, that's my main concern is just I hope
Dude,
it's
I
not.
can give you an example of that.
We can go on a rabbit
Right off the
hole.
top of my head, Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Fair point.
The past few games that have come out, though, I don't feel like they were rushed. I honestly don't.
I would say Jedi Survivor wasn't rushed. Dead Island 2 was definitely not rushed. That's for damn sure.
Oh, that was in. We don't talk about that. That was in fucking.
That was in
development hell
forever. Yeah.
forever.
Well, part of it is because they
Here's
changed
my request.
studios. That's part of what the reason.
think it-
Yeah.
I think it's because we're just finally. I think we're finally getting out of the whole COVID system, where the fact that we don't have to rush shit to make good quality shit for people.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. All right.
But as long as they actually focus on the culture instead of just war
Yeah.
in this game,
Yeah.
that's what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is what I
I
want.
know
To
it'd be
actually
interesting.
explore the culture.
I hope they
I-
like do research and look at all the like Aztec gods and all this other stuff that's like very interesting about the culture and stuff.
One of the awesome for
After
this game should be building a city. One cool. It'll be able to show all the different stuff that the Aztec had for their time period and make them really good at building their quality cities and stuff like that. The big quality cities and all that kind of stuff. Basically. So there is more. There is just more from war and stuff.
Oh, okay.
The Aztecs.
Cool. That is fun. That's all right. So be on the lookout for this game. I think it should be coming out within the next few months, maybe within the next year. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out for this game. Alrighty then. So going from Aztecs to a different kind of culture. Let's go ahead and go a little Viking here. Let's go with the live action How to Train Your Dragon now has officially casted. It's Hiccup and Astrid. I don't know the actress who's going to be playing Astrid. I don't remember her name off the top of my head, but I do know the guy that they got to play Hiccup was actually just recently in The Black Phone, and he was the main kid in that movie, and I would argue he was actually really, really, really fucking good. So I'm excited that he is going to be playing Hiccup. I think it's a very good choice.
So DreamWorks, is it from DreamWorks that's deciding to make
DreamWorks
the
still
live
owns the copyright, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, more than likely.
Oh god, now that I'm thinking about it, imagine if they tried to get fucking Shrek.
I think interesting live action.
So-
Actually, they are going to be rebooting Shrek.
For fuck's sake.
They are going to be rebooting
I know
Shrek,
that.
and it's going to be it's going to be Puss in Boots' Last Wish animation.
Fucking Mike Myers in the fucking IRL fucking suit of
dear
So
Shrek.
the actress's name
Fucking
name
goddamn
is
this bitch.
Nico Parker.
Nico Parker. What else was she in? Because she looks
Yep, that's
really
her.
familiar.
She was in The Last of Us.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Like recently? Oh
That's-
yeah, she was recently in the.
That is
Last
the
of Us.
credit.
yeah.
That is the credit I have in front of me.
Okay, that's fair.
Was she the little? Was she Joel's daughter? Wasn't she?
Yeah, she was Joel's daughter.
Yeah,
Oh,
she was really great.
Okay, so yeah,
She's
she's
a
a
really
really
good
good
actor and
actress. Yeah, she's a really good actor.
Yes.
I think we have some pretty
Yeah.
solid choices for Hiccup and Astrid, definitely for sure.
My
That's the
next-
only
my-
real details that we have. I would love to see who they cast as Hiccup's father. Definitely want to see who they cast for
Stoic.
Gobber. I
Yes.
actually have a
I
good
was-
casting for Gobber. and
Jack
you're gonna have
Black
to hear
for
me.
Gobber.
I have one better.
No.
Nick Frost.
Nick
Who?
Frost.
One more time.
Nick Frost.
Nick Frost.
Yes.
Ed from
I think-
Shaun of the Dead.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, okay.
Yes, let's do it. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
He's a
to have him
really
play that.
good. I think he would be
He
perfect
would
as
be, he
Gobber.
would be able to pull it off.
Yeah, I think
Um,
now Jack Black would be a really good if you're gonna cast him as anybody. I think he'd be a good like background Viking. I think that's all you got to
What?
do.
No. What's his name?
Yeah.
There's a. I don't remember his name, but the
What
one
was the
character
fa-
who has the
what
horns. The guy who like
Yes.
hits on
that one with the whole. Like,
the Viking who hits on Astrid and he thinks he's all cool and stuff, but he's not.
Oh,
He's too old to play him.
Yeah,
He's
come on,
way
man.
too old to
I
play
wonder if
that
we're gonna be able to
character.
play
No,
his
no, no, no,
twins.
no. But I'm saying his father. Play his father. Like
Oh,
yes, that's what I'm saying. 'cause
Oh,
his father's
okay,
very.
okay, yeah,
Yeah,
that works.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, that's a good choice.
I honestly think Jack Black can make a good Stoic too. I think he has the chops for to make.
I
a
feel
good
like he
Stoic.
could make a good
does.
Gobber though, because
I think Nick
he would
Frost
make
has
a
the
great
comedic
Gobber,
ability
but-
for it.
Nick Frost would be.
Nick Frost has a better
would be
ability.
Gobber.
He has more of that like
Yeah.
likability and comedic timing in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, Jack Black has plenty of comedic timing, but his is very over the top. Gobber is over the top, but he's not terribly. He's a little held back a lot. So I think that's good.
I'm just wondering who they're gonna get to play the twins. So
I'm wondering how
Rough
they're
Nut and
gonna.
Tough Nut.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
I can't wait to see who they get to play those characters. That's gonna be fun.
Definitely.
I'm
I
wondering
think
how
fish
they're gonna
legs.
handle the
Fish
the
legs.
dragons.
Shit.
Name the movie. Come on, Name the movie
Stranger
character.
Things. The
Dustin.
Du-
The
yeah,
kid who plays Dustin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Perfect
I don't
fish
know who
leg,
Dustin
right
is.
there.
Okay.
Dustin from Stranger Things.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it the one with the
Come on here.
disorder?
Yes.
Is that one?
Yeah, I think he'd be a
Oh
really
yeah,
good. fish
yeah,
leg.
yeah, of course.
You would.
Yeah,
he
he'd be
would
a
be a
great
good
fish
movie.
legs. Yeah, I think.
He needs to be plumped up a little bit more, but I mean, hey,
I mean, that's not that hard to do. No, but I think that would be a good casting choice. And then I think, who else? Who else could we cast here right now? I think the old lady, the one that eventually gets all the little dragons. I think she should be played by. Ooh. Okay, so anybody here watch NCIS Los Angeles?
No.
Oh yes, I know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm
too.
talking about. Yeah, you know exactly who I'm talking about.
She's
Yeah.
a great fucking
Yeah.
actress. I love
Yeah,
that. She should
yeah.
play
Wait,
this, bro.
wait.
She'd
Now,
also be
now,
a
I,
really good Edna mode.
wait. Now
Yes.
I know
Are
who
you
you're talking
talking
about.
about
Now I'm
Yeah,
thinking
she'd
about-
also be a
yeah.
really good Edna mode if they were did live action Incredibles.
She really would.
She
She
would.
got to look for it
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, so I think that would work out. And then I'm trying to think who else. I don't know, man. It's
I think
it's definitely gonna be
all
interesting to
the
see
other
the
side
casting from
characters
now on out.
wouldn't be a thing, but the main group would be.
Oh, my
Kids.
perfect casting for Stoic. Get Gerard Butler.
Gerard
He already
Butler.
did the voice. Gerard
Yeah,
Butler.
of course.
He already did the
Yeah.
voice.
Oh, just bring
Let
it
him
back.
play Stoic.
Man,
That's
I think it'll
good.
be a
That's a
great
good
ass
casting
fucking
right there.
Yeah,
thing.
that'd be a good casting.
Yeah, that's a really good casting. So I think that's perfect. All right.
That would be interesting, but yeah.
All right. So we have no
So to
official.
say that we're excited,
Yeah,
to say that we're excited is to say the least.
we're interested
Yeah.
is the best way to put it. I wouldn't say I'm excited just yet because I have never. I don't think I've seen. I don't think we've seen DreamWorks do a live action interpretation of any of their movies. So I'm curious to see
At
what they
all.
do with this. So,
None at all.
You're not wrong, but
but I mean,
I-
to choose How to
I
Train Your
haven't
Dragon
seen
is a
it.
very strong choice.
God,
Yeah.
it really is.
Yeah.
I
You
definitely
You know
think
what?
they picked a really good one to do a live adaptation for.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think if there's any of their movies that would fit into live action really, really well, it would be How to Train Your Dragon.
because I feel like if they would have tried to do their two big like main cash cows, which was Ice Age and Trek, I feel like it wouldn't work.
Ice
as
Age
well.
wouldn't work in live action. It'd just be
Yeah.
a CG
No, it
or a
wouldn't.
photorealistic CG. It'd be the same situation as Lion King.
Yeah.
I don't think that one
And
would work. I would say Shrek would not work entirely
Either.
you have to get a really good, either really good CG or you have to get a really good animatronic suit. And they had a really good animatronic suit in the play, but it still looked terrible. That was the problem.
Yeah.
Also,
Shrek
Donkey
would
will
be-
look
They need really good
horrendous in live
CG.
action. Donkey would look
Shrek-
horrendous in
yeah.
live action. Let's be perfectly honest.
Oh,
Shrek,
absolutely.
I think honestly they should just stay away from a live action.
Yeah, don't do a
That
live
one
action of
should
Shrek.
not be a live action.
Yeah, I would argue there's a lot of their properties that couldn't work in live action. Like keep Kung Fu Panda in animation, please. Don't make that live action. That's gonna look weird as fuck.
No, please.
Yeah,
that
oh
would
my
just
God.
look weird. No. Yeah,
Exactly.
that needs to stay animated.
Not unless they humanize it. But unless they humanize
I don't see that
know.
working. No, I would say. Well, I mean, now it makes sense why they kind of did a process of elimination of what movies they can make work. Like shit. They don't have that
That is
many
exactly
human
what we're
movies.
doing
Let's
right
be
now.
perfectly honest. Like, I don't think Ants is going to get a live action interpretation anytime soon.
I'm still
No.
laughing at the fact that Ants came out before Bug's Life.
Yeah, well, that's because I believe it's Jeffrey Katzenberg. He left Disney to go found DreamWorks,
Mhm.
and he
Damn.
said, "I'm taking the Bug idea with me."
Wow.
So
It was a good idea too. Cool, it really was.
I would argue Ants is very creative. But back onto live action, How to Train Your Dragon. I think personally, great choice. You have so much potential with it because honestly, I would argue the first one is a good movie, but it does have its moments where it's like, eh.
I really
find the
hope
second
that
one a lot
they.
better. The second
Yeah.
one is
Second one is
Very
definitely
good.
the best out of the series. I will never argue with anybody. that
I
says that.
really hope that they do really well with
Yeah.
figuring out how they're going to portray the dragons. I think that's the
Oh yeah,
most
I think
important
I think
That's
you got to do
another
a
thing,
combination
too.
of animatronic and CG. That's what I think. I think that's going to be your best approach. Is you got to get that animatronic and CG element to it.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree to that.
Yeah. Do what the
Yeah.
original Jurassic Park did. I don't care how expensive
Mhm.
it is. Do what they did because that helps it kind of blend together really well.
Mhm.
It made them more real. Like
Exactly.
for like the mid 90s shit like that. That was fucking
Exactly.
crazy
Jurassic
for that
Park,
time.
Jaws.
Well, and Jurassic Park still holds up after all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Part of it is
It
because of the
really
practical
fucking
effects.
does.
I really do believe that's what it is. It's part of it is because of the practical effects.
Yeah.
So, like, now I would argue there are some dragons that you're obviously going to have to make CG. There's no
The big
That
ass
big
one.
fucking dragon.
yeah.
big-ass
Well,
fucking
actually,
ancient
you know what's
dragon
funny is
legion.
they could do model work. They could
They
make
could
do a model
they
kind
could
of
do
thing
model
and make
work.
it.
Yeah.
That would be interesting for sure. But like the little dragons, I think those are going to have to be CG. Like the little guys, the little skinny ones that look like lizards, basically. Yeah, I think those are
Either
going to
that
have to be
or-
Stray
CG.
cats.
Um,
The stray cats.
Or
Oh,
if they
it's-
hire like the Jensen,
get
company.
Jensen.
Yeah, get the Jim Henson company on there. That's a fucking good choice, actually. Yeah,
And
get
CGI
yeah.
the fuck out of it.
or get ILM.
ILM's good too.
ILM has really good practical effects, so I mean, you know, you could definitely make this work. Now, obviously, you still want to keep it looking recognizable. compared
No,
to the
yeah,
animation.
of course.
Mhm.
But I think you definitely have to have your own twist. So I would say maybe don't keep Toothless all black. Like maybe have like shades of purple.
I
In
would
his
want.
scales.
That would
be
yeah,
dope.
I would want to.
I
would
think
love
wouldn't you
that.
need shades
Yeah.
of purple because of the ability to match with the thunder with the lightning that hits them.
Yeah, his
In the
is
cloud
basically
shape?
his plasma blast. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
would think so. But I'm just saying, like maybe have like streaks of purple going up towards his eyes.
That
Almost
looks
like-
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Hey
have,
guys,
like,
well,
have, like,
I gotta
streak right here.
go. I'm gonna get
Okay.
off work. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right,
Better.
later,
They're
gatos.
dropping like flies.
And then there were 4. All right, who's going next? I have my bets on Allie.
yeah.
I got nowhere to be.
Same here.
All right, so going from live action dragons to animated turtles that somehow know kung fu, we actually got our first official trailer for the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem movie, and it also gives us an idea of what the plot is going to be. Pretty generic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle plot, in my opinion. But I would definitely argue I like and I don't like the idea that all these mutants are together.
God, I love Seth Rogen.
Yeah. Even though he's voicing Bebop, which is kind of controversial in and of itself. Bebop is primarily black. Let's be perfectly honest here. That's a weird casting choice.
If we go down that
Little bit.
road, like
I get it. I get it. And I don't think they're going to show the backstory of what happened to Bebop and Rocksteady, in my opinion, because we've already kind of seen it.
I will say this: it'll be exactly whenever fucking the guy who played fucking Cleveland Brown from fucking Family Guy got fucking.
He wasn't fired. He was he was not
fired.
allowed to voice Cleveland ever again.
That's what.
That's
Yeah,
why
that's what I'm
Consuela
saying.
and Herbert got better attention, because those were his other two voices that he did.
Mhm.
So I don't think it's going to be a situation like that. I think it's just Seth Rogen wanted to inject himself into the movie, and he's like, well, it's probably here's my best bet. It's probably not the most like him and John Cena are probably not going to be the most speaking roles. I think it's just going to be they're going to be there. I don't think it's going to be that much. Also, I love the fact that Ice Cube, when he goes in the back of their van, he basically quotes an Ice-T song. 6 a.m. and the cops are at my door. I'm like, shit. All right, that's cool. But yeah, no, I definitely love
gonna
that.
be an interesting one for sure.
Oh, for sure.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go watch it, no matter how
Oh, yeah.
bad a lot of people are gonna say it. I think
I agree.
I'm very impressed of the different animation and just how like the different direction they're taking with
Yeah,
it.
I mean, you
it
can
might be a
obviously
little
tell
bit
what
cliche.
their main influence was, though. You can tell it was
Like-
Spider-Verse, 100%.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but I love that they're kind of making their own twist on it too.
Like on the one hand, we've seen the Turtles origin story about as many times as we've seen.
Oh, we're gonna get into this one too, but I think it's gonna be like snippets.
Oh, I'm fully aware.
Yeah, I think it's just gonna be.
But on the other hand, for them to actually treat their origin and expand on that a bit more than other movies have, I'm all for it.
Yeah,
Want it? Last Ronin. Fucking take my money. Fucking want Last Ronin. Fucking anime.
they're actually working on a God of War style Last Ronin game. There's rumors circling about that they're going to be doing that, which is actually really interesting.
Excuse me. Shut up and take my money.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Shut up and take the money.
To be honest,
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't be surprised if Mutant Mayhem either got like a trilogy set up, or
I think that's what they're setting up for.
or
I can
a
see it
TV
having at least two
series.
more sequels.
Yeah,
And that's it.
I think it could potentially get a TV series.
and I think, well, I don't
Just
know
from what
about TV
I've seen.
series, but I would definitely say, that I think the part of the reason why they casted such young actors to voice these characters is they are preteens. So I like that idea that they're kind of getting into becoming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're preteens right now, so I guess it would be PTMNT.
Yeah.
But I find that great because I think that's part of the reason why they got such young actors is in case this movie does well, they can do a trilogy and it's gonna basically be an arc of these characters becoming who they are. Basically, like what Spider-Man what the Spider-Man Home trilogy did.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I argue that that's a really good approach if you want to continue to have movies, because as much as I like the fact that they're already teenagers, even though they're voiced by 30 and 40-year-old men in the live action movie, that's besides the point. And it doesn't matter what interpretation you think I'm talking about. Both of them were voiced by 30 and 40-year-old 30 and 40-year-old guys.
It was the same with
Yep.
the animated series as well.
That's true. Yeah. They were all voiced by adults. Which is fine. I'm cool
Yeah,
with that.
yeah. We're not
But-
saying that was a bad thing or anything. Like,
No.
I personally don't care for the new live action movies. I don't care for them, but the original ones, loved them. The animated series that came on after that, fucking loved them. I honestly was a fan of the Fox Kids Next Mutation series, even though it was bad. Don't get me wrong, it was pretty bad, but I still
the
enjoyed
one that had
it.
the crossover with Power Rangers?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
That's why you like it. Because of Power
That's
Rangers.
beside the point. I was a fan of Power Rangers before that episode even aired,
Fair
You
enough.
and
hipster.
that show came out.
I was a Power Rangers fan before that episode came out.
According to my
Thank you.
calculations,
Hold on, wait a second. Hold on, wait.
Oh,
Actually, I was a Power Rangers fan before that episode came out, so fuck you.
Allie.
But no, we are in an age of cinema where
We
they
live in a
plan for
society.
sequels.
Sorry, I just had
Jesus
to.
Christ,
Society.
Christian.
I will tear society apart.
Chaos.
But we are in a situation of cinema where when they develop a movie, they are developing for sequels.
This is true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They develop for extended universes, for sequels, for just they want to make sure that there's room left for more. And as long as they do it in a way that doesn't leave a plot dingling at the end of a movie, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are
that's
there are too many movies from the 90s that are the ending is just sequel bait.
Yeah.
Super Mario Bros. Sorry. I actually
don't
wouldn't mind a
talk about
sequel to
that
Super
one.
Mario Brothers. Here's the thing: I wouldn't mind a sequel to that. I really wouldn't, if it wasn't for the fact that Bob Hoskins is dead, as well as Dennis Hopper. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, no, I that's besides the point. I actually do kind of have a soft spot for that movie. You can bite me.
For me personally, I feel like they took too long on Ghostbusters, and they should have just kept on made one more at least with the original cast.
You know
before.
the reason behind that, though, right?
Yes, I do know the reason
Okay.
behind that, but still,
Thank you.
I in my
Also,
in
the
my
Ghostbusters
heart.
game is your Ghostbusters 3. Fuck off.
That makes a point.
But that being said, back onto Team and Team Mutant Mayhem. I think this is going to be an absolute blast of a movie. I expect really good things, because when it comes to like comic book adaptations, Seth Rogen has shown that he knows what he's doing.
Mhm.
Obviously, you look at Invincible, you look at The Boys. He not only does he take the elements of the comics that works, he also takes the ones that don't work and ultimately kind of twist them into a way where they do work. So, love or hate how he personally handles himself, I do love what he does when it comes to comic book adaptations. And everybody forgets TMNT started out as a comic, even though it was
Yeah.
making fun of comics at the time when those comics were coming out.
Yes, it
So
was.
it's
Right.
a comicception here. And then,
Yeah.
of course, everybody's like, oh, the original show is great. I'm like, it is, but it isn't. It is and it isn't. It is literally there to sell toys.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
whole point
Yeah.
of the show.
Original '80s one. Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
there to sell toys.
Yeah.
Also,
So,
I just want to shout out their marketing team putting the trailers on TikTok.
Right?
Yeah, that's
Way to
smart
go,
play right there.
marketing team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, going from 4 lovable turtles, we're gonna go to 1 sick bastard. Art the Clown is getting
Oh.
Terrifier 3.
That's sick bastard. Okay.
Yeah, that's sick bastard. Art the Clown is going to be back in Terrifier 3, and I believe they are aiming for a late 2024 release date, which means that I think they're going to be going into production sometime the end of this year, if not somewhere really at the beginning of next year. I'm kind of looking forward to that. We do have a couple of returning cast members. Obviously, the main girl, and of course, David Howard Thornton is, or I believe that's his name. Yeah, David Howard Thornton is going to be coming back as Art the Clown. Obviously, you can't have a movie without him. He's literally the whole reason why these movies are as good. As good as they are. Yeah.
Okay, so I've seen
Good.
as someone who does not know about anything in the franchise. I've seen his face, but Christian, can you explain to me the origin without also spoiling, but somewhat spoil
No, because there is no origin.
There is no origin.
He's
He's
just a
a
sick fucking
psychotic
bastard.
clown.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
He's
but
a
I mean
psychotic
for
clown.
the movies or whatever. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
basically, he's not entirely seen as supernatural until the end of the last movie, and then a good chunk of the first movie.
Mhm.
But usually it's just a factor of he doesn't speak whatsoever. He only has he's basically a mime, if you will.
Okay, so a crazy clown mime, basically.
Yeah, except now I think he's supposed to be an allegory for just evil incarnate,
Okay.
which is fine. I'm cool with that.
So
I will
basically,
tell you,
Halloween, Ghostface, all the getting
Ghostface is never meant to be evil incarnate.
Right.
That's just supposed to be assholes in masks.
Okay,
But no, definitely, I would definitely say your allegory with or your comparison to Halloween. Yes, I would argue that 100%. So I will tell you this: best part of the first movie. I'm not gonna say exactly what it is. All I'm gonna say is Lady Upside Down and Handsaw. That's all I'm gonna say.
With Scream, I'm going to expand a bit on that. It's people in assholes in masks and the people related to them.
First two, yes, and I would argue that these last two, yes, I would definitely argue with that. Oh fuck, no, you aren't wrong. They actually are all related. Fuck. God damn. I'm actually a Scream fan and I didn't put that together. Fuck.
Damn.
Oh man. All right, but yeah. So I'm excited for Terrifier 3. Terrifier 2 actually did genuinely shock me when I went and saw it in theaters. I did kind of go in blind. Like I knew a few details. Like I knew that the movie was going to be long. And I knew that the budget was significantly better. I obviously knew that they were hinting more toward. And like I was hearing a lot of rumors like, oh, the acting's significantly better. There's an actual story this time. It's not just a B movie. Yeah, but that's the thing. And I highly. I mean, here's the thing: if you're a gore hound, highly recommend these movies. 100%. If you're a gore hound, you probably already watched them. But I would argue if you liked Evil Dead Rise, you're gonna like these movies to a degree. You're not gonna really feel bad for anybody that gets killed in the first one. Oh no, there's one guy that you feel bad for. I'll say that. But the first one is definitely a low budget. It's meant to be a B movie, and it knows it's a B movie. And it's like, all right, we're just gonna show you these crazy creative kills. But I would also argue it does indulge upon itself a little bit because it does take its sweet ass time. But I get it; it's padding to get it to a full length feature. Perfectly fine with that.
It has to indulge itself.
Exactly, and I'm perfectly fine with that. However, I would argue the second one, it does indulge itself a little bit. It does try to show you like, oh hey, look how fucking terrifying this shit is, and it's like it's not terrifying; it's just uncomfortable. But I would argue there's only there's two kills in Terrifier 2 that I would argue have a point and does kind of need to show how they insist upon themselves. So that is one of the friends. Those that have seen the movie know exactly who I'm talking about. And I would argue one of the last kills, I would argue like what happens to a particular parent figure. I would argue that is shown in graphic detail, and it doesn't insist upon itself as much as the first kill does, the one with the friend. But I would argue that is done so incredibly well, and the fact that they had to stop production, and then they were able to because of COVID, and then they were able to go back into it, and they had so many other ideas on how to make this 10 times worse, and they did it. And it was such an egregious shoot, but they had so much fun with it, and I love that that they can do that. And I would argue that is a scene that I have never forgotten, and it has been almost a year since I've watched that movie. So, just saying, that scene sticks with you. I would argue there are some of the deaths in the first movie that stick with you as well, but this second one. Man, I can't wait to see what they do with the third one. Now, I don't want it to be a 3-hour movie. For the love of God, no. But unless you actually have an actual valid point, do not make this movie 3 hours long. For the love of Christ. But as long as you give me creative kills, as long as you give me gory kills, you give me some creative ideas, and you give me Art the Clown, I'm okay.
Have fun.
Yeah, exactly. Go for it. Have fun. And I believe this movie it has a budget of... The third one, I think, has a budget of $1 million. The last one had a budget of... I want to say north of $500,000. And majority of that went into marketing. And they actually had to pay to release that movie in theaters unrated.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that movie was released in theaters unrated, which shocked the fuck out of me. I was like,
I'm surprised that
this
they
is
were able to
unrated?
get away with that too.
well,
Yeah.
part of it is because it's the only reason why it's unrated is because of the egregious gore. And I would argue some of the language and some of the themes. But there's it's not like there's I don't think there's any nudity in this at all, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
Maybe a little.
we do. The rating system these days is kind of
Oh, it's fucked.
skewed.
You don't get me started on the rating systems, Allie. We'll be here all night. Fuck the MPAA. Fuck
It really
the
is.
MPA.
It's fucking ridiculous.
It is.
There's so many things that shouldn't be PG that are PG-13 and PG-13 that are PG, bro. It's fucking all over the place.
I would argue Guardians 3 earns its PG-13 rating, and you can fight me on that. Saw that fucker 3 times. I guarantee you it earned its PG-13 rating.
Yes, it did.
Multiverse of Madness, I would also argue under its PG-13 rating.
Mhm.
Oh, definitely.
100%.
Definitely.
Yeah.
With a tone, the fuck.
Yeah. Also, some of the kills. It's a
Yeah.
pretty fucked up movie. I mean, it's Sam
Yeah.
Raimi. What do you expect? But yeah, no, it's just one of those things. With this movie, the fact that it is unrated, I find that great. The first movie, I don't even think was rated either. I think it might have been rated R, maybe, for Netflix. But, which, by the way, it's hard as fuck to find an actual hard copy of Terrifier.
Because it's probably
I'm not surprised.
fucking every fucking horror person's collection.
No, because they had such a limited
No.
release.
Oh, shit. Well,
Yeah. Terrifier 2 had a wider release than that. And yeah, that was easy to find. You could still find copies of it.
honestly, I wouldn't be surprised of how well this does. And Universal Studios has like a haunted house for this year, if it does well.
I think they did last year for Terrifier, so I would not be surprised if they do it again. However, I would not also be surprised if they do like a Megan haunted house.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me either.
No. But any thoughts, comments, concerns on what Terrifier 3 could be and about the possible release date?
Nope. I got all my answers.
Buddy, I'm telling you, just watch the movies. Maybe not with your
Yeah.
parents around, but definitely watch the movies.
No,
Your
it's
parents are
more-
going to be like, what the fuck are you watching?
No,
You
it's
need
more
to go
along,
to church.
It's more along the lines of like there's like it's like you know me, Christian. There's like certain horror stuff that I don't touch on, so I rather just know it than watch it. You know, that's that's the kind of person.
You're
I am.
like me with horror.
Yeah, like there,
In general.
like I will dip my
With
toes.
a lot of horror movies, I would much rather just read the Wikipedia page.
Yeah,
Pussies. Anyway.
it's not even that. It's just the fact that I feel like there's more better horror movies that I would rather invest on than some more than others.
Oh, I'm not saying these are fucking masterpieces. Oh, fuck no. I'm not saying
Bitch,
that.
I have been through enough in my life. I do not need to put myself through a bunch of more shit. Just by watching
Hey, hey,
I
hey,
feel like,
it's called
by the way-
separation of reality.
I feel
I do
like
that way too much already.
I feel like the way you explain it, like these movies aren't meant to be taken serious. Unlike other horror
they
movies.
are and they aren't. It's complicated.
Okay.
It's basically like John Wick, where everybody's showing up for the action. If you're going to a Terrifier movie, you're going to see fucked up kills. That's really all it is. You're going to see fucked up core. It's basically, I would argue it is.
It's the same
torture
thing as
porn-esque.
fucking Final Destination. It's basically what you're explaining. It's like if you're gonna go see Final
Kinda.
Destination, you're fucking
Kinda.
gonna see fucking.
You're
kills.
going to Final Destination for creative kills. That's what you're going for. No, this you're
Yeah.
going for fucked up shit. But I would argue it's torture porn-esque because of how much it focuses on it.
God, I can't believe he said that.
Torture porn?
Those were yeah.
Saw became torture porn. Let's be perfectly
Yeah.
honest here.
Fucking Christ.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
It did. Yeah.
So I would argue Terrifier is torture porn-esque because of how much they
It's a gore
overemphasize it.
exploitation film.
It is literally a gore, a special effects case. That's really what it is. Now, the first one, I would argue, pretty solid gore. Pretty creative villain, pretty creative kills. Weird as fuck, dark as shit. A horror fan should be creaming their pants.
I mean,
But
at
it's
this,
not good.
I mean, at this point, why am I surprised when everything at this point is a kink? So I mean,
Yeah.
The only way they can really take it to the next level is by making an actual snuff film.
No, they got a few more steps before snuff film, but I would argue that if people are not into horror and gore, they would argue that these are basically snuff films. But they're not, obviously. But,
No, and I get that. That's why I say what I did.
now the second one, I would argue, does have better acting, does have a better budget. I would argue has a better story, because the first one is literally just your typical horror setup. Oh no, we ran into this creepy person. We did not take him seriously. Now he wishes to kill us. Oh no, our tire is flat and none of us know how to change a fucking tire. Oh no! One of them has to go pee, and the nearest building is an abandoned building that's getting bug bombed. Oh no! The clown is here! That's literally the movie. That's literally the movie. Like, let's be perfectly honest.
It's
That is the
Terrifier
first
1 in a
Terrifier.
nutshell.
That is
it-
Terrifier 1
it
in a nutshell.
fucking-
Fairness.
What's
In fairness, when did it come out?
It was low budget as shit, Ali. It doesn't
but-
matter when it came
but-
out.
No, but
2013.
answer
Hold
the
on.
question. Just when did it came out?
Like 2013, 2014, maybe 2015.
Really, Terrifier 1?
Maybe. I know the Art the Clown character was introduced at that time. Hold on.
You know what this reminds me of? That one YouTube video of like a guy who is creepy
2016.
and has a
Oh, 2016.
a guy
I thought it was older than that.
who's like kind of like a popular horror YouTube video that it was like a guy who had a spoon and he was silent and all he did was like lightly tap you with a spoon until you died.
Wasn't that an SNL skit?
Yeah. I think so. But also like someone decided to actually make a video of it and it's pretty hilarious.
Yeah. I will say this. I am happy that Art the Clown is now kind of seen in the zeitgeist as like one of those like he's up there. I would argue he's up there with Ghostface, Jason, Leatherface,
Oh, definitely.
fucking Freddy.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I think Megan's up there as well.
I mean, if you look at the lineup every year for Halloween Horror Nights, I do because my dream is to hopefully be a part of that as a
Yeah.
scare actor, which would be pretty cool. But most of the time, if anything, whatever horror related comes out and it's I mean, they basically like Halloween Horror Nights, like when you get your own, maze of horror, that's like your like Hollywood stand of like Hall of
Yeah.
Fame type thing.
Exactly.
So like, you made it.
So,
Heck,
I would argue the
heck,
Deadites
video
are up
game-wise-
there, even though not a lot of people know the Deadites. They just know them as like, oh, Evil Dead. It's like, yeah, like Graboids are up
It's
there.
not-
Though nobody calls them Graboids, it's like, oh, Tremors. I'm like, fuck, Graboids. Anyway,
Oh my god.
Everybody's like, "Oh, you mean Tremors? You mean the worm movie called Tremors?"
and they're
Fucking-
called Graboids. Anyways, I would argue Critters are up there, though that one's more of a deep cut than anything. I know Allie knows what I'm talking about. Hey, Allie,
Yeah, I know.
Allie. All I have to say, Critters 2.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about. I'm sure one
I know what you're
particular
talking
scene
about.
was very influential for you.
Damn. Okay.
It's actually very progressive for the 80s. I'll give it that.
Very progressive, the man says.
For the 80s, yeah. You not remember how conservative the 80s were?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It was white picket fence or nothing.
Yeah.
It was 50s worship,
Right.
my guy. But no, like seriously, that Critters, there's so many different icons, obviously, that
There
help
really
out
are.
with this, and I love it to every fucking degree. That's why I love horror. Horror is such an open field for creativity, but obviously there's a lot of shit. You have to shift through some shit. I'm not gonna say you don't, but even some of that shit
Yeah.
tastes pretty good.
Let's
be perfectly
It's
honest.
like you go through the list, fucking Alien
Well,
versus
obviously,
Predator,
Alien, Predator, all
like,
that. Yeah. Hold on one second.
and
No,
then
I was gonna list more recent
Jaws, fucking Gremlins. If you can even call it
Horror's in there.
horror, like for some people don't call it horror. I think it's kind of horror.
It's a horror comedy.
Okay,
Yeah.
Horror is in there. Damn it.
yeah.
Anyway,
I will argue that.
a recent example that
I got two movies in
Winnie
this
the Pooh,
list.
Winnie the Pooh, Honey, Blood and Honey.
I got two
That,
movies
that
here.
is a. Oh boy.
Most gorgeously refined garbage I've ever seen, and god damn it, I love it. And then you have this, and this movie is a work of art. I love this movie. It's not a good movie. It's a
Krampus.
decent movie.
Cloverfield.
I have Krampus.
The
I have all
Cloverfield
three of the Cloverfield
trilogy.
movies.
Heck, most of the a good number of the Stephen King live movie adaptations.
You know
Oh,
what's
are
funny?
you gonna go see the Boogeyman?
Not based off a book. This is
No, it's
entirely
not.
a screenplay.
That is
That's
entirely
hilarious.
a screenplay by Stephen King.
That's hilarious.
Not only that, coked out Stephen King.
Jesus Christ!
Yes.
I forgot Stephen King had that
He had a coke binge in the
coke
80s,
binge,
man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, what were you saying? Lewis? You said something before that.
I said, are you gonna go see Boogeyman?
The Boogeyman? No.
Yeah.
I have not heard good things.
You already said trash.
I've already said no. Yeah,
Okay.
I like literally it got trashed so harshly. Basically, they say it has an interesting concept and an interesting premise, but then it just rushes it so quickly by the end, it's not even worth watching.
You know what the funny thing is Comic-Palooza sponsored with Boogeyman.
Oh man, I feel bad.
So I was like, bro, like the only
Yeah.
thing that was literally scary
Alright.
from the trailer was just the jump scares. That's literally all it is now.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring it back home.
Okay, so back to Terrifier. Obviously, I do have a copy of Terrifier 2. I'm not going to grab it out because that would
I
require.
would be surprised if you didn't.
Yeah, I don't have a copy of Terrifier though, because when I was getting Terrifier 2, I asked, "Do you guys have a copy of it?" And they said yes. And I'm like, "How much is it on Blu-ray?" And they said about $50. And I said,
Yeah.
"Nope."
Yeah.
I will wait for the Scream Factory release. Let's put it that way, because you know there's going to be a Scream Factory release. Come on,
Yeah.
come on. Okay, so this was a Scream Factory release. See, and only reason why, sleeve, and then this is the actual cover.
That's why the sleeve
Yes,
saves it.
yeah, the sleeve. Well, the sleeve shows you. You know, I mean, also, I'm going to tell you this right now. This is directed by James Gunn. Pre-MCU James Gunn. Like, that should give you enough of incentive to watch this movie. Also, a shitload of people from his other movies show up. Like, you have Michael Rooker. You also have freaking what's the other one I'm looking for? You also have Nathan Fillion as well. So, I mean, come on. But anyways, back on to Terrifier. I'm excited. I can't wait to see how this trilogy is going to wrap up. But I don't want it to be 3 hours. I don't need it to be 3 hours. I don't even need it to be 2.5 hours. I would love it if it was just 2 hours. I'd be fine with that. I'm like, 2 hours. Perfect. This last one was 2.5 hours. Actually, I think it was close to 3 hours, if I'm not mistaken. It was a long movie. You know, like, don't get me wrong. The first movie's only like 50 minutes. It's not a long movie. So, like, the fact that they went from 50 to almost 3 hours, I get it. But,
Yeah.
I don't need this next one to be 3 hours. I'd really rather not. Also, the biggest marketing for Terrifier 2 was, a lot of people were throwing up leaving the theater. And I can tell you which kill that was. Remember the friend kill I was telling you about earlier? Yeah. There's a reason why people were passing out and throwing up about this movie.
People were passing out and throwing up. Holy shit.
Yeah. People were like
Wow.
leaving the
Terrifier,
movie from that. Because, well, I mean,
I don't even need to watch it.
here's all I'm going to say. There's a character that gets a shitload of cuts in their back. Art leaves the room, comes back with a thing of Morton salt and a thing of bleach. Pours the salt on there, rubs it
Yeah,
in, and then fucking pours the bleach on her.
You could have stopped at what he brought in, and I would have been fine.
Yeah.
I knew exactly.
See,
where
I'm
that was
wondering
going.
how well they did the special effects for
Oh,
it. Like how,
fucking phenomenal, man. It was
Like-
really good special effects. Like, it was all
Yeah.
practical. There's only like a handful of moments of CG. It
Because
was
like,
all practical.
like me thinking about it when you describe it, I'm like, they just put fucking salt and water on this dude. But could you imagine if they
Yeah,
actually did
legit,
put
yeah.
bleach, bro?
No,
Holy
no,
fuck.
obviously. No, they wouldn't do that.
There's a reason why salt in the wound is a phrase.
Yeah, because if you ever put salt on a cut, it fucking hurts. Then
It burns,
Yeah,
man.
no.
add bleach to that.
Seriously.
Yeah, and that's not where it stops either. It keeps
I'm
going.
I'm not
surprised.
surprised.
It keeps going.
I mean,
It goes far enough to where the mother of this character shows up and sees the aftermath of it all.
oof,
And then on top of that, you find out the character's still fucking alive.
oof.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Bitches.
Like I told you, that movie is fucked. Like,
Reasons I will not be watching any of these movies.
I mean, you can look at the scene. I mean, it's
No,
it's
No,
over the
we
top.
don't want that in our mental image, Christian.
Allie
Oh,
doesn't
you guys
need
are just a
nightmares.
bunch of pansies. It's not that bad. I've seen worse.
like the Pain Olympics. Please do not look at what the Pain Olympics.
Yeah, do not look up the Pain Olympics.
Anyway.
But
Anyway.
anyways, I think this is gonna probably wrap up the episode. We have been going for about an hour and a half. Thank you all for joining.
Yeah.
Obviously, our two people that dropped off. Shame on them. They deserve the fucking to be burned at the stake.
Hey,
I will.
hey, you're
I'm sorry. I think you know what I'm about
Christian.
to say.
Be grateful from
When
your.
it comes to Inara, I will fight you on
Be
that.
grateful that we all showed up.
I
Real.
know. I am
Special
grateful that we
occasion.
all showed up. But that being said, I've been your host, BlackShat56. This has been the Snodacast episode 12. I have been joined by my second in command, freaking Lewis, aka Diamond Assassin.
Thank you guys for watching, and we always appreciate y'all watching. So we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, and of course we're also joined by the one, the only, the not dead, or the to forever undying, I guess. Hungry Hufflepuff, aka Allie.
I'm dead
inside. And I am working with being
She's
a
dead
regular
inside.
Yeah. Looking forward to being a regular again. Is that what you just said?
again. I'm working on becoming a regular.
Thank you. All right, and of course we're also joined by DJ Lionheart, aka Leon.
Stay nerdy.
Once again, we are all professionals.
Professional.
This has been the
With
Snodacast.
the
I have been your host,
capital
BlackShat56, and we will see you all later.
A mood, a